some of y'all know I write screenplays, and I don't think anybody's ever read a screenplay at one of these things, have they?
I did some time ago.
Okay. All right, John, I'm following your footsteps, buddy. This is the middle of the movie, okay? And I want us to try to read this scene, see if you can see the movie, see if it can come alive for you, okay? This is the midpoint. It's a romantic comedy. Kate and Michael have been at odds throughout the whole movie. They've only bumped into each other a few times. Kate bought two storage lockers out from under him. He got there too late. They didn't know each other. He tries to track her down. They were grandmothers, but he doesn't want her to know. So they've been at odds. He's an architect. She's a chopper pilot for the Coast Guard. She lives in the lighthouse. Okay? So these aren't kids, but they're a little messed up with each other. She's so messed up when she first heard from him, she had to write his phone number on her arm like it was the 9th grade, okay? So where we are at this point is Michael has heard that Kate's downtown handing out leaflets, so he can finally get a look at that lighthouse. It's a wonderful old historic lighthouse. So we begin. Exterior, Seacrest Inn, beach day. Michael strolls along the beach, casually looking up at the lighthouse. The horizon is dark, and the storm moves in. The sea rises in an angry pitch. He maneuvers around the broken walkway and walks toward the lighthouse like he belongs there. Like he belongs there.
Magnificent.
He stumbles on the rocks. He looks at the side of the structure. Michael works his way around the back to the front, and he reaches in his pocket for his phone. Damn it, he comes up empty. He looks back at the hotel, and he looks at the lighthouse. The door is halfway open. He steps up on the walkway to the lighthouse and carefully crosses over the long, sagging plank bridging the washed-out section. The rising swells of the surf lick at the bottom of the plank. Safely across the plank, he takes one look over his shoulder and slips inside the lighthouse. Inside, lighthouse, day. Michael walks into the lighthouse like a kid in a candy store.
Hello? Anybody here? Hello?
He smiles and pulls out his voice recorder and clicks it on.
Seacrest Lighthouse inspection. Such a valuable service I'm about to give these people. So why does it feel like I'm behind enemy lines?
He runs his hands over the old walls.
Beautiful structure. Probably late 1800s, about 20 feet wide at the base. Cut stone with the classic spiral staircase.
He kneels down for a closer inspection of the stone.
Some of the water seepage through the mortar joints. Like an early sign of cancer that needs attention.
Can't wait. He goes up the stairs like a dancer.
She's got to be over 10 stories, though it's hard to estimate. Victorian windows at every turn.
He stops at one of the windows with stained glass.
Stained glass is in excellent condition, and it looks
runs his fingers over it.
It looks like the Chambers family's Scottish crest.
He continues up the stairways.
And the dumbwaiter lines are intact, and it appears to be functional. I see it's used to bring food and supplies up to the old quarters with its perfect little kitchen.
He stands below the final ascent and looks up to the turret, up to the light. He pauses and bows his head, as if in prayer. Exterior, Seacrest Lighthouse, day. Kate, with purpose, starts towards the cottage. She looks at the lighthouse and notices the door is wide open. She lightly steps across the wobbly plank as a rolling storm surge slashes over the board and onto her feet. She makes it across the door. Interior, Seacrest Lighthouse, day. Kate hears a voice echoing in the cylindrical chamber.
All I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by.
Kate finds her lake, climbing the stairs.
Day after day, the same horizon over the bow.
Kate, step after step, she climbs up, drawn to the voice.
To leave all you know behind you in search of a dream. The faith in that dream leads to hope in your heart. That hope is all you have to get you through the storms and struggle, with everyone saying, you must turn back.
Kate makes it to the last level before the turret. She peers up through the opening and sees wandering shadow cast by the rotating light in the turret.
You hold on to that hope, and you pray each night for the faith and the strength to keep going.
Kate starts up the last flight of stairs.
Until one day, the bell rings and you see it. How can it be? A star appears on land, as if brought from the heavens and placed here for you, so that you know you have arrived.
Kate stands at the top of the stairs and looks at Michael's back as he faces the ocean.
Your dream has come true. You have found what you've been searching for your entire life.
Michael turns around to find Kate coming towards him. With the same grace she surfed the waves, Kate goes up on her toes, kisses Michael on the lips. The rolling swells surf the gangway place gets knocked out. A rush of wind up slams the door shut. Kate and Michael are locked in a deep kiss. His hands find her shoulders and she falls into his arms. The stormy wind blows her hair back. The kiss pulls him in as they close their eyes and bask in the moment. Then they pull back and look into each other's eyes. The first raindrop hits them, and sheets begin to break the trance. Come on.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. What are you
A
doing
drenched
here?
Kate shakes out her hair. Michael stares at her like he's not sure if she's real. He holds the voice recorder up to his lips.
Come in, she said. I'll give you shelter. Shelter from the storm.
He clicks off the recorder and slips it in his pocket. She looks at him for a beat and then snaps herself back.
I don't know why I did that.
She goes to the little windows to make sure they're all shut.
What are you doing here?
Michael grabs a dish towel and goes to his hair.
I was very interested to see this lighthouse, and I wanted to inspect the damage.
Nosy type, I see.
I'm an architect, and these kinds of things are, well, they're my specialty.
Kate, trying not to look impressed.
Well, what do you think?
I'm still gathering information.
Coffee. Coffee. I need coffee. Do you want coffee?
Kate reaches into the cabinet for the coffee tin. Michael sees the faded writing on her arm.
Looks like I got under your skin.
She scoops out the coffee.
You are annoying in that way.
Michael fills the pot with water. They make coffee like a dance team, like they've been doing it for years together.
I have to admit, I've been thinking about you too.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know anything about you.
Well, I could give you my resume.
She finally looks at him again.
What's your favorite Hall & Oates song?
He's caught in her eyes and he can't react.
I don't want to read the Wikipedia version. I want to know what makes you get up in the morning, what you dream about, and your biggest regret. And if you're the kind of person who toasts a perfectly good bagel.
Michael jerks off the stair and searches for the coffee cups.
I always loved building things, designing structures with different materials and forms, putting different elements together you never thought would fit together, and then they do. You find you can create something new and beautiful.
Kate drinks that in.
So, bricks and steel and 2x4s.
No, you should see my first treehouse.
It's like mahjong.
Kate pulls out a rack of Mahjong tiles and sets them on the table.
I've never played.
It's so much fun. The tiles have these unique symbols that you match.
Your kiss.
What?
Your kiss is on my list of the best things in life.
Stunned Kate stares at him.
My favorite Hall & Oates song.
And scene. Sharon, Stephen. Thank you.